Hello, I'm Karolis. I I wanted to start a channel for mental health issues. So if you are suffering a lot right now, if you're in a place where you barely can get out of bed, then you have come to the right place. This is the first video that I'm making. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time right now. I made a mental health video on another channel, which now I can see I'm pretty proud of. And during the time I was suffering, I really needed someone to look up to, or maybe not to look up to, but someone who I could see like, okay, this person made it, so I can do it myself. And my ambition here is to be that person for you, so that you know it's possible, and that you know that it is doable. Just by applying the right kind of tools, you can get yourself out of these very, very anxious or depressed states that you might be finding yourself in right now. Yeah, but on the other hand, making these kind of videos, it's probably not the most fun thing a person can do, but I want to do it, and I want to share those tools that have brought me out of my extremely anxious state that I was in a year ago, and yeah. So I thought this is the first video that I'm making on this channel, and I think I'll start by introducing myself. And after the introduction, I'm going to share what was happening to me, and the struggles that I was facing during the time. Yeah. So first, my name is Karolis. I'm a 28-year-old guy. I live in Sweden, in northern Sweden. I was mentally ill for around, I would say, 1.5 years, until I could say probably it wasn't until like this summer that I actually started feeling better, and I could say that I still struggle, like I still have the anxiety and so on, but it's not that big of an impediment in my life that it used to be, and it's also not the majority of my life as it used to be. But yeah. Oh man, talking about these things it's not the easiest thing, and I understand why other YouTubers just don't do it, because it's like reliving all these things again. Anyway, the introduction about myself. So I'm a 28-year-old guy. I have been doing all kinds of stuff in my life, it feels like. I've been studying engineering, I've been traveling a lot, I used to manage a business, which was quite profitable, and yeah. But I think maybe I'll start with the heavy stuff first. Let's start there. So this was the situation for me. Basically, I think I've always had, anxiety, but it wasn't like a big issue for me. until 2 years back, or 2.5 years ago, that I started, like, it became so severe that it became a huge impediment in my life, and I couldn't do things because of my anxiety, and it got until that point where I even tried to commit suicide, and yeah, and that was also around that time that I kind of started seeking for help as well. Yeah. So yeah. But today I feel a lot better, definitely a lot better. And yeah, I just want to share the tools that I've used to get better. And also those things, I want to share those things with you that I wish someone could have shared with me back then, because I feel like there is some like, you know, there's a misinformation, there's a lot of things that are just not lining up with what doctors are telling you and what might actually be necessary for someone who's in that kind of state. So yeah, basically so it started like this. I was in India, and I was kind of, you know, I was in a sort of spiritual, you know, I was seeking a lot. I wanted to know, you know, I had all these questions about life, about what is the purpose of life, and all these kind of things. They started to burn within me. It wasn't just, you know, it wasn't just something I thought about now and then. It was just like, I want to know, you know. It was really in that kind of, I was really in that kind of state, and I think I took it a bit too far at that point. I took it a bit too far, and like I probably do with everything that I do. Getting better, definitely better now with that. Yeah, so yeah, I was in India, and I started getting more and more anxious during the time I was there, but I wasn't realizing it because I was also having very, very happy moments, like extremely happy, and I could have very, very anxious moments. And this, you know, could probably be defined as the bipolar disorder. I don't have a diagnosis, I haven't went for it, but I think, yeah, I'm gonna talk more about that later. But yeah, so that's how it started. It started slowly in India, and it was crippling up slowly, and people were starting noticing it, and, you know, some friends were telling me like, oh, maybe you're not feeling so good. And I was like in this, I think, and this is also, I think, the first state that people are in, that the state where you're like, you don't want to admit it, or you don't, like, it might, for other people it will look like you don't want to admit it, but it's not that you don't want to admit it, it's just that you haven't realized it. And for me it was like, you know, I was anxious, and at the same time I had so much energy, and I had like, you know, I was excited about things, and I wanted to do things, but at the same time I would just go down in these holes of anxiety, and during, you know, these intervals I would be like really up and really down, and it was just going on and up and on like this. And it came to a point where I kind of realized that I'm not feeling that well. I had to kind of admit that, and at first see that, and then admit that. And then yeah, then I told some people about it, and I became more and more passive, because I realized like, okay, I'm not feeling well, I can't do all these things that I wanted to do. So I became more and more passive, but at the same time I didn't really know what to do, because I thought that, okay, I have to go through this suffering and I have to go through it to get well. And yeah, so yeah, and it kind of bottled up. I was just like, I needed help, but I didn't know how to look for help. I didn't know how to seek help. I didn't know what to look for, or what to do, or who to ask, because it was all very like new to me, and I just didn't know what to do, to be honest. And it gotten to the point where I was like, yeah, well, like you know, I was literally, there was like, for a few months before I seeked help, I could just lay on the floor crying. I could just, you know, not knowing what to do. I just lay on the floor and I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And then, you know, when that stopped, I just, I don't know, went and did other stuff. But I was still anxious, but you know, that's how it looked. Like, it was very, very horrible, very, very intense. And around New Year's 2019 to 2020, around that time, it was a one evening where I felt very, very anxious, and and then I'm just laying in my bed, and or I'm laying on a sofa, and the only thought is like, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, you know. It's just like going on and on and on and on. And yeah, and that's how it started. Like, that thought was just like, so, and it wasn't like I was planning to commit suicide or anything. It was just that at this point, when I was in so much pain, the only thing my mind could think about was to kill myself, because I couldn't see any other solution. I couldn't see how to get out of that suffering. Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna go into the details in this video of what happened. I'm gonna do a more like a specific video for that. But I didn't do it, and the intention wasn't that strong to do it either, but it still counted as a attempt. And then again, like, then the New Year, this was before New Year's, and the New Year's I was celebrating with my parents, and then yeah, and then after New Year's I started again like feeling very, very horrible, and I was like, I was in a state where I was like literally afraid of being at home alone. I like just being at home in the house where I was living. I was just scared being there. It was horrible. And then I knew, like, okay, I have to do something. I really didn't know what to do. So I called a friend who I think didn't answer. Then I called another friend who also didn't answer. This was people that I haven't been hanging out with for some time, because I don't know, when I was in that anxious state, I didn't want to hang out with people in general. It was just very confusing and very hard. So I called one of them, and then nobody answered, and I was just like laying on the bed, and just I really didn't know what to do. I was in such an anxious state. So yeah. So then one of my friends called, and that was the time when I kind of like, without any filters, just let my emotions out. It was just like, I was like, he just called, and I answered, and I just wept for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Just tears. All the pain just kind of went out in a way. And yeah, he was like, yeah, but you know, I hadn't even spoken a word, and he was like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be better. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, I'm very happy for that friend who was there for me at that time. Really, really, really thankful. Really. And if you're watching this, man, thank you. And yeah. And to all the other people who were supporting me also, really, even the smallest thing meant so much to me at that time, really. So I'm really grateful for all the support that I got. But that was I think that was the shift. That was where I kind of shifted into the not getting worse to getting better mode. And I think that's the part where I want to talk about the most, because it was just extremely confusing for me, and I felt like, I don't know, there was just not enough information at hand for me to find what to do, because it was just something completely new and very whatever it was like. And this is that's what the channel is gonna be mostly about. Just the tools that I've applied after that kind of, after that, and what I did and how I got better. Yeah, I think that's enough for this video. I think this is enough for today's video. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not the thing is that I'm not a very structured guy, but I'm trying to get more and more structured. But I think, at least in my mind right now, I think I'm gonna make one post every Sunday, and then depending on how it goes and if people are interested, I might increase it to 2 times a week or 1 time a week. But I wanna make this in kind of a, I'm not a psychologist. I don't have all the, I don't have all the answers for all people and stuff. I only have my own experience, what I have done, and how I've kind of climbed up from that terrible state. And yeah, I really hope that the information that I share, it will be helpful for other people, and maybe take away some of the, both the stigma and the confusion and everything, to kind of, yeah, and also to be that person who you can be like, oh yeah, okay, he did it, I can do it. That's what I want. So yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm gonna try and share everything that has happened to me openly, and yeah. Okay, I don't even know what to say much more here, but thanks for watching. If you see this, thanks for watching, and just, you can ask questions. I'm gonna be active on the channel, and I'm gonna do my best to share all the information that I have around these things. So yeah, okay, thanks for watching. Thank you. Okay, see you.